This is Ronnie with By Way of Charleston, and tonight what we're doing for dinner, it's a rainy Saturday night here, and we are doing potato soup. So you can get it by way of Charleston, the 1 tater, 2 tater, 3 tater soup. And as I always do, I kind of am doctoring it up a little bit. So I actually am adding some potatoes to it as well. Just for some extra potatoes. You don't have to do that. The other thing that would be super easy, I had potatoes, I had to use them, so I figured, hey, why not potato it up? You could also do frozen like home fries or frozen potatoes in some way into this if you want extra potatoes, but this does not call for it on the back. It really, the only thing this calls for is water. And it calls for a cup of warm water. And I'm gonna be completely honest and transparent because that's what I do. I had to look up how many cups are in a quart. By the way, there are 4. So I have 2 cups of water in here already. I'm adding my other 2 cups. So I have a quart of water in here. And all I'm doing, I went ahead and cut up my potatoes in just bite size, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add them because all of the cooking shows on the Food Network say that you add potatoes to cold water and bring it to a boil. That's what they say to do. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna add in, and these were just little small potatoes I have, like they're starting to get old in the bag and just needed to, I just need to use them up. So I figured, hey, I'm making potato soup on a rainy Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Why not put them in with this mix? So I've got my quart of water, 4 cups. I've put in my potatoes. I've got my my oven on high. And so here's my mix, and you don't even need the extra potatoes, to be honest, like I said earlier. And it just says to cup of water in a pot, add this, bring it to a boil, and then turn it down to a simmer, and then in 40 minutes to serve after 40 minutes. So this is one that takes a little bit longer for sure. And my scissors are in the dishwasher. So I'm bringing out my sharper scissors because I still haven't bought any new kitchen shears yet. So it just says to add this, put a little air in there, makes it, oh, that's better. Add this mix into the water, and really that is it. Like, could it be any easier? And then what I'm gonna do, because I love potato soup, and I love it when there's cheese and bacon on top. So to serve, I'm gonna put some cheese on top and crisp some bacon. I actually have some leftover bacon. Who has leftover bacon? How did that even happen? I had leftover bacon from BLT's the other night, and so I'm gonna use that in potato soup. And so I'm gonna top it with some crispy bacon. I'm gonna reheat that and some cheese, and then you have potato soup. Like, how great can that be? This is gonna be really potato-y too, because so looking at this mix, it has dehydrated potatoes in it. So by adding the extra potatoes, I'm just making it extra potato-y. But you don't need to do that. So I'm gonna let this come to a boil. I can already tell it's gonna be creamy. I mean, what's better on a rainy Saturday evening than, you know, a good show? I'm in the middle of Schitt's Creek, so I'm watching Schitt's Creek. I'm gonna have potato soup, creamy potato soup with cheese and bacon. This is gonna come to a boil pretty quick. And this is it. Like, I'm gonna bring this to a boil, turn it down to simmer, put the top on. That seriously is probably one of the easiest ones we've done. I mean, all of them are so easy and are just so flavorful for the flavors of Charleston the Lowcountry. Like, this is it. bring it to a boil. It's already starting to boil. And like I always say, wine is not included, but I'm gonna have it anyway. One day we're gonna get wine by way of Charleston. I'm gonna work on it. We have cheese, so why not have wine? I mean, seriously. You know, the other thing you could do for this is, I mean, this is super creamy already. I don't know if you can see how creamy it is, but if you wanted it even more creamy, you could always, I have some heavy cream, I could always add that in too. Little pat of butter, didn't add that, but it's not gonna need it. All I added was the extra potatoes, just so that it's extra potato-y, and that's it. I mean, you can see instantly how creamy that is. I'm actually already impressed. I hadn't tried this one yet, so I'm impressed very quickly by this one because it's already so creamy. I mean, it's creamy enough. I might even need to add some water, but my potatoes in there, you know, once the starch comes out and they start to boil, they're gonna add some extra water in here. So, but man, some cheese and bacon. It's gonna be a good dinner. So we'll meet. I'm not gonna keep you on here for 40 minutes watching this come to a boil. That's silly. See, it's already boiling. But I will turn this down to a simmer. I'm gonna turn this on for 40 minutes. I'm gonna feed the dog, drink my wine, watch an episode of TV, and then voila, dinner's gonna be done. All right, so it's been 40 minutes. And we're gonna plate this now. Let me grab this. So I did, look at that, that's so creamy. I did actually add just a hair more water, and I just kept stirring it a couple of times over this past 40 minutes, just so it wouldn't stick to the bottom. But it's still super creamy, and we're gonna plate this up. To be honest, I'm glad I added the extra potatoes because we like a lot of potatoes. That makes a lot of sense. If not, if you like it just more creamy, then I wouldn't add the extra potatoes. I crisped up some of my leftover bacon, and I'm going to add some shredded cheese on top because I like a lot of cheese on mine. Just, you know, because it gets all nice and melty. Like, you don't even have to do anything. It'll melt right on top as it is. I'm doing actually, because this is what I have in the fridge. Because if you've been watching any of our videos for a while, you know I just use what I've got in the fridge. I have the Mexican blend, just from the grocery store. I actually have a cube of cheddar in there too, and I could have shredded that, but I'm not really in the mood for that. A little bacon on top. You know what else would be good on top of this? If you like them, but I just don't have any. Some green onions. Green onion would be really nice on top of this. So some bacon on top. Lucy, my boxer, is standing right here next to me because she's like, bacon? I heard bacon. Which, I mean, how can you blame her? So this is gonna be hot, I'm sure, but let's give this a quick taste. Ooh, it's steaming hot. Like, look at that, gosh. I mean, potato soup. Can you ask for anything more? It's pretty perfect potato soup too. What I didn't add was a little bit of salt. I probably could use a little bit of salt, but you know, to each his own. I'm just gonna add a bit of salt and probably a hair of pepper, and it is good to go. This would be even, you know, wow, it was 40 minutes because the rehydrated potatoes need to hydrate. That was the reason for the time. So that seems like a long time, but like I didn't have to do anything but stir it a couple of times, right? So even though it seemed like that's a long time, you're not cooking the whole time. I watched a whole episode of my show while that was going. So there you have it. An amazing potato soup. I hope you guys try it and definitely enjoy.